Hey guys, Richard with SLIDEWAYS Car Club here. I'm out here with Dan Rose. We're going to be swapping out the steering flex coupler today on the 89 E30. It's a 325 IS model. I've heard it has a slightly larger shaft, so our attempt here is going to be to drop the rack. That usually gives you a lot more space to get it done. And we're going to go ahead and show you what's going on with that bad one now. Alright, so I'm just going to turn this to accessory so we can turn the wheel freely.
Alright, I can see that thing flexing.
So it's right there. Alright, so I'm just going to rotate the wheel. Watch your feet. I'm going to rotate the wheel around.
You can see that tear real bad.
So now I'm going to go ahead and turn the wheel to the other way, all the way around.
Yep.
Pretty nasty, huh? Just gonna rotate back to
Yeah, you can see that thing flex.
It's bad, isn't it? So we're gonna go ahead and grab the parts from Condor, get our tools ready. Power steering's already been deleted with the delete plate from Condor, so we don't have any mess to deal with power steering fluid, making a mess or anything like that. We'll go ahead and start breaking this thing down and get back with you guys with an update in a little bit here. Just jacking up the E30 here. This is a side effect of driving with no power steering. You're able to do this with one finger.
Sean's texting me now. I know what he's gonna ask. He's like, so are we gonna do...
Alright guys, we got the car jacked up. We're getting ready to take the wheels off, disconnect the outer tie rods, and then we'll drop the rack and the shaft as one assembly and go from there. So we're back here. Rack is pulled. We're gonna pressure wash it, get all this nasty stuff off. Just got done pressure washing the rack. Looks pretty fresh. We're gonna get in here and could you toss me that Condor part? We're gonna get in here and replace that flex disc right here. So we're gonna go and take those factory rivets off, and then we'll replace it with the bolt-in style one from Condor. It's gonna be this guy right here. Nice upgrade, no flex. Eliminate all the flex that we had in the steering from before. Rack's fully out and cleaned. We've been grinding on it with the angle grinder, but it's a little tougher than it looked, so we're gonna go ahead and just take it over to Dan's shop, the rack that is, and then we'll come back and install it. So he's ready to go with the Miata. Got the rack slammed in the trunk, that's why it's not closed all the way. And I'll keep you guys posted as we go. Got this nice mint rack over here. We're, I don't know, 50% done getting the flex disc off. Just relocated over to Dan's shop. It is V8 swapped drift monster right here. And then we got the Jeep that's in project phase right now. Gonna be swapping this thing onto that thing or something like that. And you got other cool cars back here. He's got really awesome stuff. This thing's just tucked back here, hanging out. Alright, back to business. We're gonna do the right stuff now. Where's that So we got the top portion has been pressed. Got the old rivets out, and Dan's over there with his saw. He's working on the other half, and then we'll be able to just nut and pull that combo back together. It's not the prettiest, but pretty smooth, no major gouges or anything, so it'll work just fine.
It's like in a filter bed or something.
Yeah. Alright, so we finally got the OEM flex disc out. This is what was between my life and the road. Pretty sketchy. Granted, we did cut on it some, but these metal portions were torn like that. I didn't think this was actually intact at all, but it still has some threads attached there. That's like all that was holding it right there. But we finally got all this crap out, so we're gonna go back, put the Condor no flex disc in, and go from there. Woo! Rowdy. So we got our pieces done. Car's pulled back in the garage. Now we're gonna head back over to my place and get this rack back together with that Condor. It's gonna be nice with zero slack in the steering. So here's the latest update. We got super excited that the OEM fasteners were out. Took the rack and everything back to my place, and then we realized that the hardware for the Condor kit, the bolt diameter is slightly larger than the size of this hole. So, and I'll show you because the disc was designed to match the bolt diameter. So this basically, your flat part goes flush. And as you can see in there, there's a slight variation in size where this plastic disc is slightly larger. It's pretty much what we're gonna have to bore this thing out to on the metal so that it can fit and bolt together. But without any further ado, we finally got the Condor Flex coupler in. By the way, the one on the Condor website, pictured for E30, is not an E30, so don't pay attention to the orientation of the nuts and bolts on that one. So here we are, all installed, great fitment now that everything's been modded, and we're gonna take it back, put it in the car. It's been a little bit of a long day, but the E30 is back together. No flex in the steering whatsoever. As soon as you turn that wheel, the wheels start to move. Had a few loose nuts and bolts from the engine swap a few months back, so went ahead and tightened all that stuff. And this thing is ready to rock and roll for the iTrack Friday drift and grip. I'll be in the advanced session drifting out there on the 17th. Hope to see everybody there. Have a good night, and thanks to Dan Rose for helping today.